And then I'll bring you in. Hello. And welcome to the Canadian Bro Show. My name is Paul Bale. I am the founder and host of the Canadian Bro Show, a growing free YouTube channel. First iteration of the YouTube channel. Let me add my partner in crime here as well. This is my partner in crime, Mr. Trent Rowley. And he is an importer-exporter extraordinaire from St. Paul, Alberta. 6,500 people. And everybody knows the legend that is Mr. Trent Rowley. Trent, how you doing today? Welcome back to the show.
I am doing spectacular. It's a wonderful sunny day today.
Yeah, same here in Kelowna, so that's encouraging to know. We're going to be talking about the all basketball from the Hoopjunkies, Pauly and Rowley, and we are entrapped into an amazing season so far. This will be episode 56, our second year, week 26. And this is the 2025-26 road to the NBA championships. We are now into the semifinals of the Eastern Conference. 4 teams in the Eastern Conference and 4 teams in the Western Conference. And we're going to jump right into it. We got a lot of really juicy content. And Trent, what are you going to start off with today? Where do you want to go? Start off with the East?
Let's start off with the East.
All right. And where would you like to start off with first? You want to talk about how everybody got to this point?
You know what? I actually thought about it, bud, after we hung up before the pre-show. And I was almost thinking that now people can figure out what our process is, I guess. We could go right to the semifinals, and because the teams that we're going to analyze in that thing, we can talk about how they got there. And if
yes, absolutely, right? I totally agree.
Instead of going through all this, I think
sure.
That's big. Okay, well, then Pistons and Cavs. I mean, tonight.
I mean, wow, it's fascinating. Honestly, I was a little surprised. I thought that Detroit was going to be there because not only did they extend their coach, who did a fantastic job, and we were very hard on him, Bickerstaff, in the beginning of the year with Fantasy, because he wasn't acknowledging or playing Duran to the effects of which you could really utilize that monster, that man-child. And it took him about half of the season, but it also took Cade to come back from, a couple of injuries and to get in that second half of the season. It was obvious Detroit was going to be in the East semifinals. However, I wasn't 100% sure on the Cavs. And to be quite frank, I'm really glad that the Cavs are meeting Detroit. I think it's going to be a great series. I think they're quite evenly matched. I think Detroit has a better offense and better defense. However, I think the Cavs have more depth. It just depends on who shows up in the series, right? And were you surprised at either or? Because Detroit did have some issues in the first round, and they were down 3-1.
I mean, both teams had to play 7-game series.
That's right, which was excellent. Yeah.
The Detroit one might be a bit more surprising because, just the way Orlando kind of played all season. The problem for Detroit, as we've talked about before, when those games were structured and were just being played like just a regular basketball game, structured game, Detroit's by far the better team than Orlando. But once the game got any kind of chaos involved in it, where it was up and down, that's where Detroit loses their way because they can't shoot. They can't keep up with the team. They're not going to keep up with you shooting threes. They don't shoot the ball well enough. Right?
They have the worst. I believe it's the worst. I think they shoot as a team 32% from three. That's just not going to cut it in the NBA.
So that's where I'll disagree with you on the Cavs. This series, I think Detroit wins. I think Cleveland's soft. They're all their big guys. I mean, I like Jared Allen. I don't think he's soft, but Eric Mobley's soft. Donovan Mitchell's soft. Yeah. I mean, I just, and the Cavs always seem to, shit the bed with their teams.
Quite literally. And Mitchell's been in his career. That's been his main issue, is that he's just haven't been able to show up at the right time to move his team into the next stage. And here they are. They do have both 7-footers back. I think the Fro is more important in terms of, I understand that. The other big was the Defensive Player of the Year and well-deserved, but is a bit soft. I agree with you. And the Fro, they just got to incorporate him into the offense more. And when he does, it's a really lovely inside-out 7-footer combo because
it is, no question.
Yeah, and they're very difficult when they're on defensively and offensively. They really, they just sort of benefit each other. One can play inside, the other can play in the 3, and then everybody else just fills it in. So
this is where my disagreement with you when you first said about Detroit and offense and defense. Mm-hmm. I would say defensively, I agree. Detroit's the better team. They're probably one of the best defensive teams in the league. Yeah. But offensively, Cleveland's the better offensively team. You have Harden, you have Mitchell, you have Strauss and Merrill that come off the bench that can shoot it. You have Mobley, who's an offensive player. Yeah. You have Wade, who's supposed to be able to shoot it. And then you have the pick and roll.
Wade hasn't done anything. I personally, he's not a starter in the NBA, in my opinion.
I'm not a big fan, but the Cavs are a better team offensively.
And the thing is, they haven't been the whole season. That was my point. I think you misunderstood me. I just saying once they got everybody healthy, then and they made the trade for Harden, then right away I thought, oh my God, that was the move that changed the whole dynamics of that team. And he's had a pretty good series. He's definitely on the downward slide of his career. And they're talking $75 million 2-year extension if they can get deep into this playoffs. Honestly, I'm just being selfish here, Trent, as usual. Being a hoop junkie, I just wanted to go 7 games.
Sweep them in 4.
Yeah. But, what did you think? 6 games?
I think I'm going to go 5 or 6 for Detroit. I think they kind of found
5 for Detroit. Wow. I don't think they're going to get away with that.
I don't know. I think they found their mojo in those last couple of games against Orlando. Yeah. And like I said, Cleveland, it seems like they don't. Obviously we were rooting for the Raptors against them. The Raptors gave a good run. Yeah. But in the end, they just seem to. Some of those big games, it's Cleveland's. Until they win some of these big games, or let's say win this series, then I'll have some belief. Because honestly, the last 4 or 5 years, Cleveland's a team that is really good in the regular season and always doesn't show up in the playoffs. So they have to prove it to me that they can. This is the next step for them, is winning this series. Yeah. Because they haven't been able to do this. They haven't gotten to the Eastern Conference Finals with the team.
And they don't have home court advantage. Detroit's got home court advantage because they were the best team in the East up until sort of falling apart a little bit towards the end of the season there.
Yeah. So, I think Detroit in 5 or 6 is my
okay. I'm going to go Detroit in 7.
In 7, what a surprise. Wow.
Yeah, well, because I think Cleveland is actually a better team than we're giving them credit for, and I think this is an opportunity for them to really show some bolitas.
I don't think we're selling Cleveland short. But
not at all. I'm just saying that I obviously we both from the very beginning we've always said in the very first show we did this year, Detroit was our team if they could put it together. Yeah, the only thing I have an issue with, Trent, is Cade. As much as I love him, he's a turnover prone machine. He's had 34 turnovers in 4 games, and that is just he's got to cut down on his turnovers, bro.
The point guard on the Cavaliers, he likes to turn the ball over too. So
yeah, but Harden doesn't turn it over like that. And Harden will get more assists. But listen, there's no sense nitpicking. Tonight's game is going to be excellent. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, exactly. Let's go to the other Eastern Conference. Did you watch the Knicks game at all? Any of it?
As soon as I saw the score, I just so people know, we did an episode yesterday that we had technical difficulties of some kind, so you won't see it. Yeah. But I did predict that was going to be the result of that game last night between the Knicks and Sixers. Because, as we said, them beating the Celtics in Boston in 7, probably partied a little hard. At least one game, they're taking one game off, and they definitely did last night. To lose by 35, come on, that's embarrassing.
Embiid, I thought they were going to just take him off in pieces. It looks like he got injured like 4 times yesterday. They were stretching him out. I don't know how that guy is getting up and down the floor, to be honest. It's just... Like I said, he might be on his last legs, quite literally, but
some team that is a sucker enough to give you something for him. Trade him.
I like Philadelphia. I like what they've done. It's encouraging. It's I just don't think they have it. And I think Nick Nurse is going to get every single last second of energy from these guys, and hopefully their team plays up. Because if you look at their team, with Paul George and Maxey in the backcourt, and then you've got a deep bench. You've got depth at center. You've got Big Africa that is still a menace and a problem. And then you've got the wings that, if they show up, Kelly Oubre is a good two-way player. And I'm a big Nick Nurse fan. Everywhere he's gone coaching, he wins. And you cannot count that guy out. He will fight to the very end. At the end of the day, I think they're overmatched. I think my favorite point guard in the NBA right now in the East is Brunson, of course. I'm a New York Knickerbocker fan. I think Brunson is amazing, and he played incredible. And they look rested. Their continuity's excellent. Their defense is phenomenal. And they play together, and everybody seems to be clicking for the first time all season, and that includes Mikal Bridges, who they really need to go deep into the Eastern. They need him to show up, man. They can't just give 5 first-rounders away and trade swaps and have this guy just float just because he's trying to get another game where he hasn't been injured in 875 games. Look, if you don't win, it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, the key for what the Knicks have been doing the last 3 games. So the first team in I don't know how long to have won 3 straight playoff games by 25 plus points or whatever
overwhelming. It's overwhelming.
So
I think it's 28 points on average.
The key to this happening right now has nothing to do with Mikal Bridges, because Mikal Bridges is going to do what he does. And
no, I'm just talking about their defense, and that's why I mentioned, because his defense, his length, and his speed.
This other guy's a better defense. The key to what's happening for the Knicks right now is OG Anunoby. That guy is playing the best basketball of his life.
Yeah,
he is playing unbelievable right now.
Yeah, he really is.
Doing this because of what he's doing. Those other guys are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Jalen Brunson, Towns, Bridges, the guy who is all of a sudden doing the stuff that every
OG, man,
see is OG. That guy is the difference.
It was a great pickup. I really love how they put this roster together. I agree with you 100%.
He had issues playing games at times. Like the guy's been hurt. Even with the Raps, he was always there. Knicks and injury. This year he had a little. This year he played a lot of he played a lot of games this year.
Yeah.
He is having this 3-4 game stretch is the best basketball I've seen that guy play.
Excuse me.
I mean, he's a big dude. And the one thing I like about him, if he is close to the basket, even if it's just a catch, he's trying to dunk it. He's not trying to do a layup.
And he does. He's two hands. He's big. He's thick. He's two-way. Plays great D. You never hear him bitch or moan or complain about players. He's level-headed. I agree with you. I think the Knicks. I think the Knicks are going to win this series in 6.
Yeah, I could see 5 or 6. Yeah, but he's the X factor for them. And
absolutely,
with the Sixers, Tyrone Maxey, that guy is a bona fide star in this league. Yeah, he is so fun to watch.
He is an exciting. He's like he reminds me of the comic book Flash, or the Silver Surfer. Cool. The way he moves, he just glides. He is electrifying.
Dude, I love that kid.
Me too. And they're dangerous. But I still think Knicks in 6.
Yeah.
And also, I just want to give one shout out because I've never been a big fan. The big man on the Knicks, Towns, I have to admit, had a really rough year. But the last quarter of the year and the last couple of weeks, wow, I didn't know he was that good. I really didn't. And I'm glad he's on the Knicks because their 3 7-footers are absolutely needed against Big Africa. And of course, Drummond. I mean, people don't realize Drummond's 6'11", 285 pounds.
That's massive.
He is just huge, and he's so light on his feet, and he's got great hands.
There was a play last night when I was watching the game when it was first decently in the first or second.
Before it blew out, yeah.
I actually think when he first came in the first quarter, in his minutes there, he got a rebound, offensive rebound, right underneath the basket.
Yeah.
And instead of just going up and dunking it at 6'11", the first thing he thought of was to throw it out to somebody for a 3.
Open 3.
Basketball is so broken. Why are you not just dunking the basketball there? I would, if I was that big, I'm trying to dunk it. Every single time I get the ball, I want to dunk.
And this is a pet peeve of mine, and I'm glad you brought that up because you look at Podol. I saw a few times in the last series where Podol at 7 foot, he's 280. He's a big chap, and his head's the size of a Samsonite suitcase. But he was down. He had layups. And even if you don't want to dunk because you're a big white stiff, it's okay. But don't throw it out when you're directly below the rim. Like, come on, man. Like, the odds are not in your favor. The guy's going to make 33% of his threes. Doesn't make any sense.
Basketball's broken right now with that.
Yeah, it really is. It's going to be interesting to see how...
I actually had a friend text me 2 nights ago. And he goes, you know what, I just turned the game on. And he goes, now I know why I haven't been watching. He goes, if Boston... and he was talking about Game 7 of Boston-Philadelphia. He goes, if Boston would have shot half the threes they shot, they probably win that game. But they just get caught up that we're going to shoot... Like we've talked about, there's been games this year in the NBA where teams have missed a combined 70-plus three-pointers.
I know.
That's not basketball.
No, it isn't. No.
I'm sorry. That is not basketball.
But, and also the same time, Trent, is the announcers are saying, well, Boston actually, in the last game, Boston took 78 threes, but they made 41. Well, that can change the whole dynamics of the game if you can make 41 threes. However, the very next game out, they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. And that's their system. They're averaging 50, 60, 73 attempts a game. No other team in the NBA except the Heat are even trying to play that way. And it's a really interesting way to play, but that was a good point, definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, so in the East, I think we're both pretty Detroit
on the same page. Yeah.
So.
And in the next episode, we'll talk about as the season progresses, because the semifinals here could take anywhere from 10 to 2 weeks to finish, depending on how the schedules go.
In the NBA, you got to play. You can't play every second night like they do in the NHL in a man's game. You got to play every 4 nights.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, it's because the NBA's got to make sure they get all the corrupt refs doing the appropriate games.
Last point in the Boston series. Before we go to the OKC.
Yeah, it was a nice run by them. Nice run.
Okay. Jason Tatum sitting out with knee soreness in the Game 7. Okay, so Boston fans, Nikolai Zadorov, who's a defenseman for the Bruins, one of their main players, they lost in Game 6 to Buffalo. So they played 6 games. The last 3 games of the series, he played with a partially torn MCL. I'm actually
aware of that. Yeah.
But Jason Tatum has knee soreness, and he can't play a Game 7 in the end.
I know.
This is what we've talked about before.
Yeah, all season we've seen this, and it's shocking. And then the bitching and moaning and the flopping of his partner in crime was really unnecessary too.
I just was like, you have to look at that and go, all right. When I got to hear comments that when LeBron made and other players have made saying that it's, how hard the league is to play in and play 82 games and all that, it's garbage. It's total garbage. And I get it that he tore his Achilles. Well, he came back from that. So where's the knee pain soreness from?
Honestly, I think he was just tired. But really, don't come back early if you're not committed to playing every freaking game. And don't sit out the most important game. I agree.
I'll tell you right now, that's the guy, Tatum, who loves, Kobe Bryant is his guy. He loves, like in the finals, he's a Boston player wearing a 24 purple wristband because Kobe's his guy.
It's his favorite player, and it's a player that he's molded his game over.
Well, I can tell you right now, one thing Kobe's not doing, Kobe ain't sitting on Game 7 because his left knee is sore.
No.
Come on, man.
I know. It's honestly, it's really sad, and hence that's why he's fishing.
Yeah,
that's why he's fishing. And by the way, before we go into the West, let's talk about a couple of interesting coaching hires. One coaching hire in particular, was it coaching or was it a GM or in the?
Are we talking about the East?
Yeah, for Chicago, they hired a young brother who I didn't even know, and he started like Spo did in the Miami Heat as a video guy. And he worked his way over 15 years, and now he's a head coach. I believe the new head coach of the Bulls. But
introduced the Heat culture to the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, interesting. But they've got a whole new. They've got rid of all of their general managers and everyone. Everyone's brand new, And it's going to be interesting to see how they put it all together, because there is some talent on Chicago, and the coach that they had was an excellent coach, but he wasn't the right coach for that roster. And then the another hire that was interesting is the old general manager of our Toronto Raptors. Yeah, no, I mean, but that's in the, well, we're going to the West, right? So yeah. I just want to say I think that was a really good pickup for the Dallas Mavericks. And the guy they got rid of was, I don't know how a guy like that can get a job in the NBA. He's a complete moron. A complete moron. The worst trade in the history of the NBA. And I'm serious. To this day, that's what fired him. And I wish Mazare, I wish him all the best. Because he's level-headed. Messiah, yeah, sorry. And anyways, let's get back to...
Just so people know, so they have it ingrained in their head, that every time you hear heat culture, when you hear heat culture, right after heat culture, this is what you should hear. Because it's nonsense. It's bullshit. So, just so you know.
Well, they don't think it is, because it comes from Pat Riley, and that's what Pat Riley's established in all of his teams. Even as a player, that's the way he was in the Lakers in 1974.
More like Pat Riley culture, wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Right?
Well, it really shouldn't be heat culture. It should be Pat Riley culture, because he's been there 21 years.
That's what I should get for that. And even what happened to the Lakers and the Knicks and the Heat, it's Pat Riley.
Dude, the guy's won 11 championships. I mean,
get the guys
as a player and coach, give him some kudos, man. And it's not about Spo. Spo is absolutely, he's a great coach, but really, his rotations this year. We're getting into the Western, was an absolute nightmare. The way he played Kelal Ware was tragic.
This comes back to fantasy for Pauly.
So I just killed me with Kelal Ware. Just killed me. It was the toughest season in fantasy basketball ever. Oh my God.
Let's talk about our Canadians. We got Oklahoma against your Lakers.
Yes.
Our Canadians, Shea and
yes, the world champions are back again.
Nobody should be surprised that they swept. I mean, they're the best team. I don't think if you were to watch NBA for the last 2 seasons, I mean, the best team is OKC. It's hands down. Although you might say, hey, this team could give them a run. This team could give them a game. Yeah. The best team is OKC. And they have the best crowd. They have the best GM. They have the best small market team. They have the most depth. They have the most draft picks, and they have the best. They have the best Canadian point guard in the world on their team. And I don't care what anybody says; he doesn't get enough credit. He is unbelievable, and love him. Unfortunately, their second best player's out, and Luka's still out. They're talking about Luka might be out for the first 2 games. Are you surprised how the Lakers have played without? For the most part, Luka and well, first of all,
and Reeves.
It's easy to, if you're a Laker fan, it's easy to get excited.
No, just talk from everyone knows you're not a Laker fan, so just talk from your perspective.
I'm talking as a perspective is. I don't think anybody should be surprised. You played the Rockets, and Kevin Durant played 1 game. The Rockets showed that their youth. I mean, the 1 game, it looked like high school basketball at the end.
It was terrible.
Lost that game.
And by the way, what Durant did pretty much destroyed his legacy.
The 2 turnovers at the end of that game 3.
But sitting out 4 games destroyed his legacy of a superstar player.
We're not talking about that. But those turnovers at the end of game 3, those were like high school type turnovers. Yeah. So
it was embarrassing.
What we had talked about during the season, not having a 3-point guard, right? Yeah. Why does Jabari Smith have the ball? I don't trust Jabari Smith, what he might do. Like, he's not that guy.
Well, he had a great season, but he wasn't playing Jabari Smith wasn't playing the point. They had Asar Thompson, who is not a point guard, can't shoot, playing the point.
Sure, but at least he can handle the ball. Jabari Smith handle is not good. I don't want Jabari Smith bringing the ball.
But I mean, the Jabari Smith got minutes because Durant sat out like a pussy he is. I used to be a big fan of Durant. I'm no longer. After what he just did.
As soon as I said stuff about him, you just be like, oh.
I loved him. He's one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA. But him just faking an injury because he's pissed off because he's already at the bus stop for another team is ridiculous. Did you see Shaq going off on him on ESPN?
Of course. But just everybody knows, this is the relationship Paul and I have basketball-wise, is as soon as I, like, disagree with a player or not maybe like a player or I'm tired, right away from Paul, it's, I hate the guy, or I hate her. Oh, it's hater. It's not about, it's, again, what he just said about the scorer stuff, this is something Paul and I have talked about. And I think we talked about it last show. Kevin Durant is a top 5, probably bucket getter in the history of the NBA. It's unbelievable how that guy
top 10. But in his numbers will be top 5, but yeah.
Okay, top 10. Okay, so top 10 bucket getter. There's been 5,500 people who have played in the NBA. He's a top 10 bucket getter of all time.
He's a top 10 offensive player in the history of the game. There's no doubt.
That doesn't make you a top 10 all-time great.
No, and we never said that. We never said that.
No, I didn't say you said it, dude.
No, I didn't say. I said we never said that.
No, but I'm saying that's how people look at that guy.
I know.
Top 10 player of all time. No, he's not. He is not. I'm sorry. He might be a top 10 basket scorer of all time, but he is not a top 10 player. He's
my point was he was a top 10 scorer in the NBA right now.
I said that to you. I was a fan of that guy in college. I was telling you when you were.
Look, you don't have to tell me. I'm a huge. I love offensive players. I love scorers. My favorite players are Pistol Pete Maravich and George Gervin. And those guys were bucket getters. And I'm just saying what Durant did to his team.
Sure. I don't disagree with you.
Is absolutely atrocious. He left them high and dry. If he played those 4 games, the outcome might be different.
The guy's done it his whole career.
I know. I just never noticed that before. I never noticed he was waiting at the bus for the next team.
When I told you he was a pussy for going to the...
Yeah, let's talk about positivity. We were on a good vibe there with OKC.
Yeah, now I want to get out of it because Trent's going to spit facts at Paul.
Not at all. This is not about me against you, bro. We're doing a show.
Yes, it is. It's you and me.
No, it isn't. Well, you brought it up, not me. I don't feel that way at all. I'm just trying to give people content. I'm trying to give people content, and we haven't even talked about the Lakers and why they're actually in the position that they're in.
It's OKC is in 5 and 6 games. That's what I got to tell
you. Yeah, I disagree. I think the Lakers, if Luka can come back for that second game, I think it's going to be a 7-game series, and I'm going for the Lakers.
Well, the only thing that makes it a 7-game series is if Scott Foster rests at least 3 of those games.
Well, and don't forget our other brother from a different mother. Put Foster, Davis, and your favorite brother from a different mother on all 3 of them.
Tony Brothers.
Yeah, put them all 3. Let's see what happens.
They're so bad. Scott Foster guaranteed will do at least 2 of those games, the Laker games.
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. Well, him and brothers have more majority. They have more experience and more NBA games than any other ref. So
what happened to, you know what? The other guy that I used to always give a hard time to. So back when the Raptors were on their championship run, I used to put on Facebook and I go, when they were playing the Sixers actually, I go, Scott Foster and Ed Malloy, they're reffing the Sixers.
Oh my God.
The Sixers or the Raptors are going to have to play extra better. And one of the guys from Victoria would always text me, go, dude, you got that on the head. I go, dude. Yeah. So what happened to Ed Malloy? Where did he go?
He's still there, but he's down a few notches.
Yeah, good riddance, dude.
Yeah, I can't stand that guy. He looks like he's on one of those kid shows in the 50s.
I think
the dirty. What were they called? The Rascals.
Little Rascals.
Yeah, he looks like a little rascal.
You were gonna say that's a porn, probably of a porn thing of Little Rascals.
Oh my goodness! You mean a parody, a porn parody of Little Rascal? Oh, come on!
Yeah, you probably rented it. That's why.
No, oh my God! I would never. No, are you kidding me? I got better things to do. I'm a hoop junkie, bro.
Well, but I think again, I don't think the Lakers can play good enough defense to win 3 games again.
I think they can. I think they've got some. They got better depth. I think really the 2 players that the Lakers picked up at the end of the season, have been unbelievable. Both of these players have been passed around like dirty underwear for quite some time. And Marcus Smart, I've never been a fan, but my God, he's played incredibly well. And his tenacity on defense, his leadership, his 3-point shooting, and then of course the lefty who's actually right-handed. You cannot leave that guy open. And of course, by the way, they have 2 of the top 3-point shooters on the Lakers team, and Ree is shooting 51% from the 3-point line. Yeah, believe that. He is just he doesn't miss.
The only issue with him and not an issue.
He disappears in other areas.
No. We talked about it in the episode we did before this, but we talked about how even the best players, have a flaw in their game. And the really good players, it's very minuscule. But a guy like Hachimura, his flaw is that he is really, really good at catch and shoot.
Yeah.
If you make him dribble it and have to pull up or use that, he's not. He'll make some shots.
Yeah.
Not like if he gets to catch and shoot, he's been money almost this year.
Absolutely. The other thing that he's weak at too, he doesn't rebound for a 6'9" guy.
Yeah, exactly. 6'9", 6'10" guy doesn't rebound, so I have no time.
Weird, really weird. But I still think he's a solid citizen. He doesn't fake injuries. He's quiet. He's not a bitch and moaner. He's not a drunk or a drug user off the court. He's just a clean living guy, and I love him. And then I like the big active kid on the Lakers as well, the big 7-footer.
Yeah.
I think that he could really help them in this playoffs because, OKC's got 3 7-footers as well, and the Lakers got 3 7-footers. So I think Ayton really needs to show that he can be a 2010 guy in this series for any chance for the Lakers to move on. And I agree with you. I think the OKC is the better team, but I'm going for the Lakers in 7.
You're in trouble when you have to rely that Ayton's going to be 20 and 10 for like 4 games.
I said it, and I'm going to stand to it.
He is a stiff.
I said it, and I'm going to stand to it. He's been playing actually quite well.
No. I agree that has to happen. I'm just telling you that that's what you have to hope for, because if that doesn't even come close, you have no chance.
It doesn't matter. You won't be on the team next year anyways, because they're going after the big white kid, the 7'1" white kid on Utah. They want him.
Yeah, well, they got to stack the team. They got to try to get LeBron one more championship.
Well, absolutely, and that's why there's rumors of another player joining the Lakers as well. So anyways, let's get away from the Lakers because Trent can't stand the purple and gold. On to the next series.
Yeah. If the Knicks and the Lakers play in the finals, cancel your trip, because we ain't watching those games. I don't care. No, I'm just teasing.
Well, you're gonna have to pay for my ticket if I cancel the trip.
Yeah, I wouldn't cancel.
And you wouldn't want to pay for it because I had to use points to buy that.
I got lots of points, so.
No, I'm okay. Yeah, well, if you got 3,500 points on WestJet, just let me know. I need time before you cancel it because I'm working my whole year to settle this 8-day vacation in St. Paul.
I would never cancel. You might be watching the game downstairs in the man cave by yourself, but
that's okay. I don't mind. I'll crank it up. I'll get you. I'll bring my headphones. So I'll give your headphones to your wife, and I'll crank that mofo up.
Dude, I got nice Sony ones.
I know, but you never play the volume game, and you will this time.
You play it up all the time. What are you talking about?
No, the volume game. We got to use those speakers. We want to feel. We want to feel the excitement. We want your sports bar to bounce. We want all those little all your memorabilia to move.
That has to be a movie. You won't do that for sports. I've had it cranked up for football.
Well, it's your house, your rules. I'm just a guest, so we'll see what happens.
So the next series, obviously, they started last night. Timberwolves and Spurs. I know that when we talk,
what a weird game.
But if Anthony Edwards is going to play every game, the Timberwolves probably should be the favorite. They have the experience on their side. They've been to the Western Conference Finals. All the players they have, and what we talked about earlier. I don't know what it is about Minnesota right now. I don't know, because maybe Jaden McDaniel's saying about the Nuggets guys not playing defense and those games being intense. They're playing with an edge. Like, they are just playing way more. And
it's coming from the player you just mentioned. He has just been playing unbelievable basketball.
Exactly, yeah. Again,
he's getting paid, and people don't realize he's almost 6'10", and he's two-way player, and he is really him and the big Frenchman in the middle, and picking up Asayo from the Bulls. At that time, really saved their bacon with Edwards going down, and then unfortunately yet another Achilles tendon injury with Deep Red, whatever you want to call the kid. Yeah, he's a great player. He had a pretty good year, and it's really tragic. But Asumo, and then Conley, the guy's turning 40, and he's been playing actually quite well.
Ball player, Ohio State Buckeyes, baby! Shout out to the Ohio State Buckeyes, Mike Conley.
Yeah. So I'm going 7-game series, and
I can agree with you on that. I think.
And I'm going San Antonio because even though Wemby didn't have a great game, I mean, he had a triple double. He had 11 points, 15 rebounds, 12 12 blocks. And that series we were talking about in the pre-show about
that was awesome.
About Randall's eyeballs,
so
the way he looked, he was just like, what the fuck? And Wemby blocking like 4 shots in a row where it was like, honest to God, man, people are just like, this is a freak show, man. I've never seen anything like that.
That was crazy, dude.
I know, and it's so exciting to watch that kid. He is the future of the NBA, and at 22 years old, he is way beyond.
And guess what? And so people, I mean, I'm kind of rooting for the Spurs just because I like the youth and I like watching Wemby.
Youngest team in the NBA next to OKC.
I'm a Darian Fox fan as well. Let's 0 for 8 from the 3-point line for Wemby.
Yeah.
Fox had a bunch of turnovers. It was like 1 for 6 or something from the 3-point line. I mean, if you think those are the trends that are going to continue, then they're probably not.
No.
But they're going to win games in this series. But
no, I mean, look, Trent, we were saying this in the pre-show. It's like he's out there taking 8 threes. He can shoot 40% from 3 or 38, 39. But if it's not working, put him in the pick and roll on weak side and overload everyone strong side. And slip the screen and just throw him lobs. Nobody can stop that.
He can't. Not even
He's
Gobert.
7'5", bro.
Gobert's huge, and he's still not jumping as high as Wemby.
No, nobody is. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But I'm going San Antonio in 7, and I'm very happy with Chris Finch. I played against Chris Finch in the British Basketball League. He was a competitor then, and people don't realize he was the NCAA Division II Player of the Year back when he was before he played professional over in the UK. And as a player, he won a couple of championships with the Sheffield Sharks, and as a coach, he won a couple of championships. And here he is, and he is honestly deserves most of the credit of where that team is. The players love him, and he's a great coach, and they play defense, and I think it's going to be an exciting series. I hope it goes 7.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with that one going 7. If any series out of the 4 is going to go 7, I think that's the one. I think all the other ones are 6 games or 5. Let
me ask you a question. I should know this. If these series are all blowouts where the teams win 4 games, they're not going to move up the schedule to appease.
They have set dates.
Good.
The dates are set.
Good, because
those dates, because all these guys, you think about it, like this would have been a great a week ago. Would have been a great sports night in Minnesota.
Yeah.
You had the Timberwolves playing Game 6.
Yeah.
The Blue Jays were playing in Minnesota.
Right.
Baseball in an afternoon game.
Wow.
And you had the Minnesota Wild playing the Dallas Stars in a playoff game that night.
Wow.
So
that would be pretty cool, eh?
Pretty cool, yeah. That'd be a pretty good sport.
Oh, absolutely. And that comes from Trent. Trent loves all sports. So do I, but I tend to focus on just pretty much hoops and golf.
Most of the NBA teams, because they don't change the schedule mostly, almost because most NHL teams share a building with an NHL.
Absolutely. And there's concerts and NFL and NHL, lacrosse, WNBA.
Yeah. Well, when Caitlin Clark's in town, the WNBA.
That's what I meant. And of course, as you mentioned, I was just waiting for Caitlin. We always got to mention Caitlin. They have 44 games they have this year, and all 44 games are on national broadcast television, major. So, I mean, I'm going to be watching a lot of WNBA this year. I'm really excited. By the way, we have Trent and I are doing a WNBA a preseason episode coming up sooner than later. What do you think we should be doing that sometime in the next week or so, I guess, eh?
Season starts on Saturday. ABC, 11 a.m. My time, so 11 a.m. Mountain, 10 a.m. Pacific. ABC, Indiana at Dallas to open the season on national TV. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking that's going to be the next time we do a show after that on Saturday would be, between Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I would think the week after that it'll give us a full week and a half of the W going. So we can kind of see who they're playing and get a bit of a vibe of what we're seeing, right? So I think when we'll do the W. So. All
right, that makes sense. So I appreciate that. Well, that's awesome. Trent, I think we wanted to do a shorter show because we actually did almost 30 minutes yesterday, and I'm Unfortunately, the EV muck system that I use is 95% works really quite well, but every once in a while there's an issue with the internet, so I do apologize. Otherwise, our episode 56 would have been up yesterday, but we are going to cut this short. Well, we're at 40 minutes, which is kind of what we would have done yesterday anyways. And Trent, and before we go, is there anything else that you wanted to bring up, or that something we might have forgotten, or are you looking forward to the games tonight?
Yeah, I mean...
Me too.
Lots of games tonight. Probably going to go for a walk with the dog. I think by the way, we'll talk about it off air here. So
sure.
About your trip comes. So, but no, okay. I got nothing, man.
Alrighty. Well, listen, everybody. Yeah, I mean, listen, everybody. Thank you very much for joining the Canadian Bro Show. This is our second season of the second iteration of the Canadian Bro Show. The first iteration is all things Canadian with Pauly and Johnny, and we've done 73 episodes. Currently 72 is out on life and death experiences, and we brought in our first female bro on the Canadian Bro Show to interview her, as she almost lost her life about 35 days ago in a vicious car accident, and literally her life flashed between her eyes and survived. And that's her name is Kaylin. What's all on the ticker below? And then episode 73 is, as you can see, is the going back to Kitsilano in the 70s and 80s. And we are doing a Kitsilano comic book store reunion with the four of us that used to all... Keith Bickford used to work there, Mary Ann used to work there, and Johnny and I used to spend all our money on comics and Slurpees going there on a daily basis. And that episode's coming out in the next week. In the meantime, this is my name is Paul Bale. I'm the founder and host, and my partner in crime, who is not only an importer, exporter extraordinaire, but he's a legend, the voice, the velvet voice that is Mr. Trent Rowley. Thanks again for joining us, everybody. As you see the subscribe button up there, we've hit for us, Trent, we've hit 150 subscribes so far. So slowly but surely, and thank you kindly for all of those 150 people that have subscribed to our show. And if you enjoy this content, it's free. We have about 130 plus videos, and we've got a real estate series called the Real Estate Minute that's going to be starting up in the next week or two. Because I'm also a licensed realtor. But in the meantime, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and we really appreciate any and all comments, regardless if they're positive or negative. In the meantime, try and have yourself a great day with your new doggy and a nice walk. It's sunny here. I'm looking forward to the games. I'm going to be doing some yard work, and I've already done my 10K bike ride. Everybody, thanks very much for joining the Canadian Bro Show, all basketball from the Hoopjunkies, Pauly and Rowley. And I'm going to end recording. I'm going to take you out, Trent. I'll talk to you after the show. And I'm going to be removing myself. The team that is my very last team of my my professional basketball career. In 1999, I played for the London Towers, and we were Tower Power, and that is our uniforms, and I am the little short white dude in the first row kneeling, number 5, and that was me, 1999. That would be 27 years ago, believe it or not. It's crazy. But thanks again for joining us. Again, my name is Paul Bale, with the founder and host of the Canadian Bro Show, all basketball from the Hoopjunkies, Pauly and Rowley. We'll see you next week. Take care.